That's the business he had to take care of during the weekend. So walking down the aisle, hi, hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, a safe space for you, for me, and for everybody. This is a different type of video, as you can all see, because I've never done this kind of thing before. And please, I am not a pro at whatever I'm about to do. I'm not really done it before. I normally just give it to people in the salon to help me and do it. I'm about to like call up my wigs. I'm wearing it to church tomorrow. So let me see the perfection at which I'm going to do. And while doing that, I'm going to like be giving you guys a little story time. Now, it's been a while I've come up here to like gist people. I'm trying my best not to go overboard with the gist. Like I don't want to, how will I explain? I don't want to overshare online because it pisses me off when I watch people that overshare. Like talking about things that is nobody's business. You understand? Like creepy, irritating, or just things that you're like, my Jesus, why did you even say this here? That kind of vibe. So I don't want to be that person. But this story time, probably by the title you guys already know, happened while I was feeling. So these are flexi rods. And this is what I'm going to be using to be curling my hair. Then I'll just use hot comb to just pat it down, and my hair stretcher to stretch the hair up a little bit this side, so it gives it this puffy vibes. Okay, this happened, this should be more than 5 years back. At this point I was still in school. I don't know if I was in my second level or my third level, yeah, thereabout. I think it should be. I'm not really certain about the timeline, so I'm not going to give it a timeline. But I think I had just recently become single that period, and I just left a very toxic relationship where I was scared and I was heartbroken and I was going through a lot. Like, just have to give you guys that backstory because in my head I'm like, why did I even, get myself into what I got myself into? When you're in the university now, you meet people. That's exactly what I did. I met people that I felt like I was going to spend the rest of my life with. I met people that we had already planned the color of our house, per se. We had already planned how many kids we're going to have, and those sort of things. Those people, individuals, we are no longer talking right now. Does this mean that I'll try and find that, like, you that you said you were going to marry, you're going to marry me, and now we don't even talk anymore? That kind of vibe. Now, I don't know where I went to, how I met this particular individual. You know what this is reminding me of? I don't know if you guys are currently following. There's this trend on TikTok about a woman, who the fuck did I marry, where she's like giving a story time about her ex-husband that she married and that he was a liar and a cheat and just plenty. Very interesting story time. Like, you're wondering, it has like 36 or so episodes, and you just sit down on TikTok and you'll be watching it and it's like, sure, okay, that kind of vibe. Okay, back to the story. Like I said, I just fresh out of a relationship. And one thing that I just learned to recently, that when you get out of a relationship, try your best to like get over that particular relationship before, or like take your time before moving, or before you start talking to somebody else. That's one thing I've learned now.
A few moments later.
Please let me do my video, then I'm going to do this. I believe one thing, but we attract what we are. So most times the kind of men I attract to myself, I feel like just a representation of what they are saying. I feel like, I don't know if it's a bad way of reasoning, but that's just where I reason. So most time I try to work on myself so that I attract better. In time past, the individuals that I have attracted have not been bad people, but maybe they have some flaws here and there that I've now realized I need to work on myself based on those flaws. That's just how I see it. But so far so good. I think God has been good to me, because sometimes I hear some stories from my friends or from people online and I'm like, ha, and see me, I was in this. Apart from the one toxic, extremely toxic relationship I had, that has been my only flaw relationship wise. After that, it has been a smooth sailing experience, if I do so say myself. If I do say so myself, sorry. Well, how did I meet this young man? I don't really remember how I met him. We're just going to call him Henry. His name is not Henry, by the way. Public disclaimer. How I met Henry, I do not remember how I met Henry. But normally, then in school, anybody that went to Unipod knows the most common way of meeting somebody in school is mostly on the road. Because where else are you going to meet them? I cannot meet anybody in the hostel. I stay in an all female hostel. So it was mostly on the road, or probably when you go out, hang out, or some sort. And most times, guys that you meet when you go out to hang out are the worst type of guys. They are never serious. Just few selected few are actually meaningful from my experiences. Sure. Just take it like that. So yeah, so I think I met him on the road. Probably in school there's this thing that we used to do that year. If you're in Abuja campus, there's like the road leading out of Abuja to the main gate towards the normal east-west road. Anybody in Port Harcourt will know that. We would stand there. There's something we used to call free ride. We just stand. We're just like, are you a fine girl? If you stand there and you don't get a free car carrying you out of the school, then what are you? Looking back at that, that was some scary shit. Because now you see that they are using girls for ritual, using girls for they are kidnapping people up and down, and we were standing on the road waiting for random people, individuals, men, women. It was not just a man something to just help us carry us like out to the main gate so that we will not pay that transport fare. Scary shit. Now I would not advise anybody to do that kind of nonsense. That was then. I think I met him on the road. I was walking back from class back to the hostel, and then he was with his friends in a car, and then they stopped and normal, hey, fine girl, how you doing? Blah blah. This one, that one. Is school year? What course are you studying? What level? Same shebang. Got out of the way. Oh, I like to see you later. Can I get your number? Can we talk on phone? No, no, ma'am. We exchanged our contacts, and then we started talking on the phone, and it was really nice. Like he was different. Normal guys in school then, it's more like they have ulterior motives. But he did not even insinuate that. Like we girls were used to that. Once they start is to clip them off. But like he did not even have an ulterior motive, but like he did not behave like he had an ulterior motive. Obviously from the title, you know that he's worse safe than all the others. Rather have an ulterior motive than that rubbish. And then we hung out once, called me, oh, let's sit out, let's talk. He took me out, we sat out, just there talked and the rest. I don't think I really told my friends about this particular person, because that was just like the beginning phase. You don't really tell people. I don't really tell my friends about somebody until I'm very certain that okay, this is something that might be serious. So I just kept on in low ball. You know that person that calls you morning after night, have you eaten, that kind of vibe? That's what he became. And at that point, like I said, I just freshly got my heart destroyed. So it felt nice having that safe harbor. And the last person I did, they kept on telling me, oh, nobody's going to love you the way I love you. Like he really damaged my spirit. Like it made me feel like I was not deserving of love. So at that point, it was just really sweet getting that attention from somebody else. And the story, I'm making it juicier than it is, but it's just a straightforward thing. And then I go back to the hostel one day, and one of my friends was like, that one of her friend is getting married, and she's getting married to an American. And then in school, I remember there was this guy that just got married to an American, a Jamaican girl, a doctor, a medical student, not yet a doctor then. And it was like the gist in school, like, oh my god, how did he catch her? Like, how did he start? And now it's getting like it was he made it known around school that it was for visa. Like, I don't even know how some things then. And he became a big boy in school. Girls would want to roll with him, knowing that somebody that is getting married, that is about to leave Nigeria, but he just used it as a flex, and he would carry girls around and all that. So it was a thing at that point. Guys, that was the peak of Uniport, where guys were getting married to whites for various reasons. And then she's like, in my room that year, I was squatting with a friend. Me and her, we stayed together. And they're like, the friend is getting married to a white woman, but she's not white, that she's a black American. Just, that guy was getting married to Jamaicans. So you know how Jamaicans are, they're like African niche like us. So I was like, lucky him that at least he got somebody that is black, blah 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 blah. I didn't really take note of it. I didn't really even pay attention. And that period, Henry, that's as we're calling him, he told me, I think it was in the weekend. Normally we would see a lot, but that weekend he was like, he just gave me an excuse of why something that he was busy, blah blah, work or whatever. And he was like a businessman working, and you understand now the kind of thing that you would want from a man, like a busy man getting things done. And then I don't even know. That's how God works, because I don't even know why I wanted to be in the business of seeing who the person was, because it's not somebody that I know. It should not be my business at that point. I was like, oh, let me see, like normal just, and then I held the phone. It was my Henry that was getting married to the black woman. I feel like the girl noticed, but I was just shocked. I heard the phone, I'm like, eh? I looked. Because there's best man now. And first of all, Henry not tell me he's going for a wedding. If he was going to be best man, I told me, I'm going for a wedding, I'm going to be best man. He would have even invited me for the wedding itself, because we're at that point. I couldn't even speak. He was like, what's the problem? Like, do I know him? I just had to like cover up the shame. I cannot start saying, oh, this is somebody that I'm talking with, or we are in a talking stage. Like, because we're not dating per se, but like, he was still whining me, like, obviously. The dream now, family, house, all those meaning. And then she's like, you know him? I said, yeah, I've met him, blah, blah. Like, we're not talking about the guy that is lucky, blah, 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 blah. I think my friend noticed that. I don't know if she remembered this. But then she now asked me, I'm like, this boy is striking me. Oh." I just made it on a low. Like, I didn't want to, like, explain that he's not striking me. He's talking to me. We go out, like, do you understand? He's whining, fine whining and dining me, telling me, calling me morning, afternoon, night. I didn't want to like elaborate on that, but I just said like, this guy is striking. He was like, striking. Like, God, men, we bashed men, the normal thing now. I was just cold. And then that night, he called me. His normal calls. And trust me, that was the night of his wedding. I was like, how are you? He said, it's fine. I said, hope your day was not stressful. Like, how he was stressed out. Now business is business. And he's an Igbo boy, so business is their thing now. I'm like, yeah, business. I didn't say anything. I'm like, when is it going to be available now? Like, when are we seeing? It's like things are choked up for him this weekend, but hopefully by next week we'll get to see. I'm like, fine, no problem. I didn't want to tell him about the phone. I wanted to look him in his eyes and tell him. I wanted to sit down and stare into his soul, where I'm staring into people's eyes and soul, and let him know that, what does he take me for? Am I a fool? Next week came, we arranged to see. So I'm like, Henry. He's like, I'm not behaving like my normal self. Because normal people, I'm very bubbly. I'm very bubbly. I don't feel like life has been taken away from me. I'm not as bubbly as before, but like I was like a really happy person. Life had not knocked me down yet. But Devil, why are you behaving this way? Why are you not your normal self? I didn't say anything. I told him, Henry, are you married? He came as a shock to him, say, what sort of question is that? That did I meet him married? If it was my own to tell me. And I smiled and I told him what I saw. It's what he said after that busted my brain. It's the explanation after that busted my brain. He was like, that's the business he had to take care of during the weekend. So walking down the aisle, just because he's a black American, is business. Like, guy, so what am I? Like, make me understand. He was like, that was the business he was taking care of last weekend. That he just could not elaborate to me because I would not understand. But now that it's out in the open, I'm like, it's a business something. If you see how they made that white wedding, first of all, the woman was a young black American. It's not like all these guys that get married, all these old women. Young, fine woman, her family were there, his family, like it felt like something that a wedding, like a proper Nigerian Owambe. That's how the wedding was. It was not like a hidden factor or something I just go to court to do, and maybe there was a picture that I saw. He's like, that's the business was taking care of that. I'm not like that my friends told me that. I even just told my friend in person that you were checking me, and like she was like, what kind of guy does that kind of nonsense? And he was like, I should not mind my friends, that my friends are envious. I didn't even let me like no, I didn't even tell them that we were actually like talking. That my friends are envious of me, that they don't want the best for me, that once this is business clicks, that he's going over there first to like sort things out, and then he's going to divorce the woman, but then he has his green card, so then he can bring me down there, then we can settle down. Eh? Hey God. I was just looking at him. That's when I understood that what gaslighting really is. When somebody you are showing the person why your head, and make you to see two, when you clearly know that it is one. I just looked at him, he spoke and he rambled his nonsense. And when he dropped me off at my hostel that night, I came down, told him bye bye, walked into my hostel and deleted his number. He called me, I did not pick it. So that is how I found out that somebody I was talking to was getting married that same week to a black American or to an American. I hope this my video is not a casting effect. You know, it's people that they carry their ring light and say, what happens to the UK now tomorrow now? US officials just said and say, oh my God, this was going down. This was going down. Men are getting married us. I feel like it's a known thing. They all know by now that they married him for green card. But bust my brain, like that thing just, it's not really okay that I found out that I was getting married and busted my brain. But the fact that the reason that he gave me, like trying to wind my head. If I was a stupid girl now, he wind my head and keep on telling me that, yeah, he's doing it for us, he's doing it for us, and I'll be there believing. When I can clearly see that this thing is not, even if yes, it was mine for green card, why should I put myself into that kind of mess? So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to hear more juicy stories about my life. It's not like there's anything interesting that goes on, but there's some things that has happened. Like I said, I don't want to overshare things on the internet, but the few things that I feel like are irrelevant like this, because I didn't really take it as something serious. I don't even remember Henry's real name. I can remember what he looks like, but I doubt maybe now he might not even recognize me because I've grown. I'm quite different. So yeah, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. See my next videos. Bye. I did not give up, and at the end of the day, I tried my best to finish putting in all the flexi rods on the hair. This one is not my best work, this particular one, but this is the first time I'm doing this thing, so I'll show you guys tomorrow morning, the after of the coils, how it looks like in the morning. The lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Indeed, my heritage is beautiful to me. Psalm 16, verse 6.